As an actor, it's my job to make it believable so that people are convinced that this is who I am in the film and not to bring in my own personality to my character.
Coming in a theater is always been the dream because that's the medium. This medium is for a
Exactly.
theatrical release. It is
Huh.
supposed to be for community viewing. You're supposed to laugh out loud with everyone in the community. It just becomes more infectious, contagious, all of that. It's so much more.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita, Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting, important, and meaningful conversation are Rajkummar Rao and Harshvardhan Kulkarni for their upcoming film Badhaai Do. Hi, you guys, how have you been?
All good, Harshada. How you been?
I've
Great.
been very good.
Okay. Welcoming all the great responses that the trailer has been receiving and, excited about that. So tell me about it.
Yeah, we are very excited. I think the response to the trailer has been pretty overwhelming. We were always sure that it should really connect with the audiences, and it had. So we are very, very happy with that fact.
Okay. Harsh?
Yeah, it's been really, really nice and overwhelming. And yeah, now fingers crossed. Hope the same thing happens when they watch the film.
I'm sure it will. How much ever I understood from the trailer is that I love when there is an important subject that's been picked up by an actor and a filmmaker, but at the same time, he or she is not making it very serious. There is also comedy, bearable comedy, and you can watch the film with your
There,
family. Yeah, bearable comedy with your entire family. Now, I think Badhai Do is one of such films which is a package of everything. Very beautifully, it has been balanced in the trailer. Also, I'm sure the film will be of the same taste. But you tell me, Rajkumar as an actor and then Harsh as a director, how did you manage to make that perfect blend?
I think the credit goes to the writing team. Honestly, Akshat and Suman and Harsh
Yeah.
as well. The way they have written the story, everything was already there. As actors, we just had to surrender to the written material, and we trusted Harsh a lot because he is a very responsible, socially aware, sensible filmmaker. So we were just having whenever it came to comedy, we were just having fun with the scenes, of course keeping the characters intact. But it was and whenever there was an slightly emotional or an intense scene, and we were just doing that. So I think honestly, the credit goes to the writing team. They came up with this beautiful story and these dialogues and the screenplay. Everything was just great.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So yeah. So basically, it's never the other. It's not like because we are making this particular film. Now
Hmm.
let's put some masala and do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
not the way this film has been written. It has been organically. It's kind of, and it's also that kind of voice. How do I say? It's the language that I believe in, which Akshat
Hmm.
and Suman believes in, which has an amalgamation of humor, a dose of humor, and plus sensitivity, and you have something which is you're going to take home, so that you can mull over it, you can think over it.
Yeah.
So that's the combination that we believe in, not because these are the formulaic traits to make a film palatable. So
Yeah.
even if it was something else, the subject, our language would have been the same. It's made with sensitivity, and
Hmm.
like Raj said, we are all socially aware human beings.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
we don't need to forcibly put all of that into us. Whatever we do is going to be something which is socially relevant. It cannot
Exactly.
stand in a limbo. It's all
Yeah.
interconnected.
I'm sure. And of course, if I ask this to someone when the pandemic didn't exist, that person would have thought I'm crazy. But I have to ask this: how do you feel the film is releasing in a theater after Omicron and all of that we have been dealing with? The cinemas again being shut now. Finally, we are seeing a film, and I must mention this is a film which I feel rightly fits into that zone. I think I will enjoy watching this in a cinema hall, and I think I will enjoy more with my family. So how do you feel about that as a maker and as an actor?
No, no,
Well,
Rashita, see, essentially, we're thrilled. Like you're saying, see, coming in a theater is always been the dream, because that's the medium. This medium is for a
Exactly.
theatrical release. It is
Huh.
supposed to be for community viewing. You're supposed to laugh out loud with everyone in the community. It just becomes more infectious, contagious, all of that. It's so much more. And even the emotions, when you
Mm.
take that that back home, when you watch it with an audience, it's far more impactful, and you create a
Mm.
memory for it. So we are very, very thankful, and thankfully, uh, it's kind of hopefully it's ending the pandemic and all of that, and
Yeah.
we've always ridden the waves, and that's been the new reality. Like, just between one wave to the other, we shot the whole film, and then between two waves again, we kind of made the film, and now we are releasing post the third. So that's the new reality, and I think we should
Mm.
all accept it. And hopefully, it's the best time for people to come back and watch it in theaters.
Okay. Just adding to that for you, Rajkumar, is that actors usually dealt with that box office pressure that was there pre-pandemic. A lot of actors are now saying we don't care about the box office. We just want the film to release. We just want people to see it, and we'll see where it goes. Has your mindset also in that circumstances changed?
everybody makes films so that people can watch it, and everybody wants
Yeah.
their films to be watched. And exactly what we feel about our film. Our film is, of course, coming to theaters after a series of lockdowns, and we are very hopeful that you rightly said, this is the kind of film that people would go and watch in a theater,
Exactly.
because it will make you
Yeah.
laugh, it will entertain you thoroughly, and it will also give you something. It will be a very fulfilled experience. So box office, we nobody knows what's going to happen at the box office for any of their films. Uh,
Correct.
but we are just very happy with the fact that it's coming to theaters, because it is meant to be watched in a community viewing, and it is meant to be watched with the audiences, because
Mm.
it's always great when you laugh out loud with everybody together, with everybody in the theaters. So I think hopefully it will do that.
I'm sure it will. And also talking about your role now, as a society, of course, we are becoming much more progressive. We are talking about certain stories. We are talking about every other community. But I don't know, it breaks my heart when even then a certain section on the internet comes and says, कि वो actor को लेके आओ, ये actor क्यों है? Like, I remember when Chandigarh Kare Aashiki came, they started saying, why is Vani playing the role of a transgender? We want a transgender to come and play the role. It's also, like, tomorrow if someone's playing a role of a doctor, they'll say doctor ko leke aao, wahi acting karega. Isn't that the point of an actor, to play several roles and to play it convincingly so that it doesn't look like acting? What is your
Absolutely.
take on that?
Absolutely. When I saw Milk, I think I was blown away by Sean Penn's performance. Or when I
Yeah.
saw Capote, I was blown away by Philip Seymour's performance. So I think you have to, as an actor, it's my job to make it believable, so that
Huh.
people are convinced that this is who I am in the film, and not to bring in my own personality to my character. And that's what we have tried with our film Badhaai Do, that when you see it, when you watch the film, it is Shardul and Sumi's journey that you would be witnessing, and not our own personalities. And especially there's certain parts in the film where I'm very sure that all these people, who are a very small section of the society, who are thinking that,
Exactly.
why are they doing this, I'm pretty sure that they would be proud and happy.
I hope the same, and I'm sure they will be. Uh, Talking about the same thing, Harsh, as a maker, was there also a sort of an added pressure or a responsibility on your shoulders? Because in the end, you never know how the audience will react. Touch wood, like, by now, no one has reacted in a in a bad way, or no one has trolled the film at all. I was going through a few YouTube comments as well before this interview, and they were not at all in a zone of bashing it, slamming it. In fact, I read positive comments everywhere. Now that it's, all the comments are goody good, of course you must be confident, but when you were making the film or you were in the process of starting it, was there an added pressure because of the subject?
Again, it's a pressure. It's not an added pressure. It's a
Okay.
pressure to do anything, any kind of film. So because you have to be right in terms of, if there is a character, then you have to portray that particular character in the right spirit, in the right way. So it just so happens that our film, the characters are from the queer community. So yes, there was a little bit of added responsibility in terms of just making sure that we don't misrepresent the community in any which way.
Yeah.
So we have taken enough care to not let that happen. So we've had a script consultant who's from the community. We have shown the drafts to several people. We even had discussions with a group of people from the queer community. And that's when, we've realized that there was an argument between the community people itself, and that this is right, this is right, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right. And, they were also not on the same page. So then, it's actually, you cannot be 100% satisfying everyone. Finally,
Yeah,
you'll have
true.
to take on that mantle on yourself and say, see, listen, there is no intent of causing any harm. This is
Correct.
the voice that we want to tell this with utmost sincerity. And we've taken care. It's not like ignorance is, I wasn't aware of it, is not a great answer, right? So we've made ourselves, we've equipped ourselves with a lot of awareness also, and we made this film. Now, hopefully, it should, like Raj said, be confident, that after they watch the film, maybe it's going to be even more emphatic, that they'll realize that this was a genuine, sensitive portrayal of the story.
Okay. And I must say, Rajkummar, whenever your name is associated with a project, the first thing that comes to my mind, and I'm sure a lot of people, is that ye dekhna hai. And ye kya hai isme, we want to see, because there's a certain expectation from you also, because all your roles are so versatile, so different, and everything has a different thing to offer. Now, a lot of actors are not, maybe are not coming ahead. They are still stuck in that masala entertainer. Of course, masala entertainers are great, but if you have a story or if you have something informative attached to it, it becomes even more better. Now, you tell me, while selecting a project, what is the most important thing that you see, and or maybe the top 3 things that you see when you say yes to a project, because every project of yours has something different and important to offer.
The only thing the most important thing I see is the story. The script. That's the most important thing. And the second thing is who's making it.
Okay.
Who's directing it? Because eventually cinema is a director's medium. And you can be great as a technician, as an actor, nothing matters if your director is not there. So the maker has to be the right person for that film. These 2 are the most important things. Apart from that, if it excites me as an actor, if it's offering me something different, something new, then that's an added bonus.
Okay, thank you so much for joining in. Lots and lots of Badhaai for Badhaai Do. Looking forward to watching it.
Thank you, Rashita.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Rashita.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.